It was 3 months in, and the crew were finally beginning to work with a sense of cohesion.
More smoke! That's too much smoke. Less smoke. Less smoke.
In the dense smoke, all appeared well. However, the smoke would soon clear to reveal Taylor, who looked like she'd had enough.
I genuinely don't think it's fair or balanced or accurate that he's constantly praising Max and nothing I do is good enough.
George is having trouble with Joan. Joan's having trouble with George.
Okay, roll sound.
I guess it's hard for Joan to work out what he wants from her.
Wait for the actress.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Oh, cut, Joan, you fucking idiot! Cut! Cut! We're gonna have to go again.
Do you mind if we don't do an interview? I don't think I'm up to it.
Go again, you stupid cunt. Can we go again, you
shooting
fucking
this, we're not
bitch?
actually-
You ugly fucking idiot.
I have never been treated like this. Wait!
I can mediate between both their needs. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm good at.
Baby, she's beautiful. Yeah, fuck you.
Personally, I have no problem with Joan.
That's it.
She's never worked with a filmmaker of my caliber. Somebody who is inventive and likes to push things and needs to get results. That's how I work. That's how I live, day by day.
You're not going to have a problem with continuity. Do you know why? Because you've got fuck all.
You're gonna keep chasing me all
There's
day?
nothing in the can.
I need to push people and I need people to respond when I push them. Joan was one of these people who was unwilling to be pushed and very, very unwilling to respond to my probing and to my experimenting with her and experimenting with her ideals. I think Joan and me as a professional partnership would never have worked. We should have known that from day one.
Having lost his lead actress, Klein now faces an even bigger hurdle. Rumours in the industry press told of a production bad, which led to the Dark Light's financiers becoming increasingly nervous. This grainy infrared footage obtained exclusively by Up the Arts reveals the heart-stopping moment when the chief financier withdraws his support.
How much have we shot? Well, it's difficult to say, though. Someone like to tell me what you're trying to say over there, guys. You want to share this? How much have we shot? No. Listen, without me, motherfucker, there is no movie. I give you money. Fuck you.
Artists and money men will never abide in the same council, in the same town, in the same village. It goes back through history.
I don't care about George, my friend. I am pulling out of this movie. Okay, goodbye. Come on, let's have another drink. Come on, it's not the end of the world.
Following the departure of both Klein and the chief financier, it would seem that The Dark Lights was finished. However, in Alistair's bold determination to see the project completed, he would coax back Klein with an improved deal and finance the remainder of the film himself. The Dark Lights was back on track.
It's been incredibly intense, it really has. I mean, it has been incredibly intense.
Action.
So how can I put it finally, when so many seasons separates you from me? How cruel this world is! It is over!
That's a wrap, everyone! Hooray!
Production of The Dark Lights was complete. The crew were clearly delighted. You could see it in their eyes, in the jokes they told. People were joyous. As ever, it was difficult to judge the thoughts that lie within Klein's mind.
You showed me that story.
We at the London Film Commission support his work. We never quite know what we're going to get, so it's a bit of a gamble, but he's a talented man, and we're looking forward to the screening very much.
Yes, I'm apprehensive. I always am, though. I always am. We took a risk with this one. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Tensions are running high, and there is still no word from Klein.
I followed the leader, I followed George. I don't consider myself responsible for what happens next. This was a George Klein film.
What makes a genius? Someone, he can be a genius, but he doesn't turn up to his screenings, that's for sure. So, does that make him a genius? I don't know.
The screening of George Klein's The Dark Lights is about to commence.
Julian, just thought, I don't think there's going to be anything on screen for people to watch. Oh, sorry.
You were not present for the final screening of The Dark Lights. Was this because you lost faith in the project?
Look, I achieved what I set out to achieve. My work was done. I had nothing more to say. And I will say no more on that topic.
You have been accused of purposefully blighting the careers of some of the key players on the production. How do you answer that?
I don't see whose career actually blighted. I think it was an honour for most people to come work with George Klein. So, I mean, if you're talking about casualties of art, well then there is always casualties of art, and so there should be.
So you would take no responsibility for the plight of Alistair Twain?
I will take no responsibility for anybody else other than George Klein.
Do you feel that the audience enjoyed The Dark Lights?
Well, look, if people came to this film expecting nothing, then they leave with nothing. I want people to perceive what they want to perceive. Maybe this documentary was part of this film. Maybe the film is still going on around us. Maybe the lady over there, the number 15 boat, is part of my film. Maybe those ducks are part of my film. Maybe you two sitting there are part of my film. Maybe my tie is part of my film. The two boys swimming, the life boy, the ice cream man, the pasty seller. All around us is part of our film. Maybe this is the film. Look around you. This is part of my film. Maybe the boy slipping on his ice cream is part of my film.
Klein had said all there was left to say. Perhaps he was right, that this documentary was the film. One could assume nothing. What was clear, however, was that as one art sailed beyond the horizon, a new art would come to port. All that remained was a question. Would Klein now leave behind an uncertain and bloodied art that may never recover?
These people looking around like idiots is part of my film. In this story that I'm telling that continues.